The big game is fast approaching, but wait, you still haven't got your tickets. You've spent hours searching, but you're still confused about ticket prices. Time to stop searching. Visit ticketcompare.com. We compare ticket prices for all the popular leagues and tournaments for you. We work only with the most trustworthy sites, so you can have peace of mind when buying your tickets. Compare prices, buy tickets, get to the game. Ticketcompare.com. Buying tickets made simple.
Afternoon.
Yeah.
How you doing? Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
See. Nice to see you.
Hi guys, thanks for coming to the press conference. We've got David Unsworth and Jonjoe Kenny. I don't think we have any Italian journalists. Is there anyone needs translating? No? Okay. Fraser. Thanks, Tony. Fraser, go ahead, please.
So we to start with Jonjoe?
Whatever you like.
Yeah, Jonjoe, obviously for a player like yourself and some of the other younger players in the squad, I guess playing in games like this is a massive opportunity for you.
Yeah, as you say, it's a massive opportunity, I think, for the young lads to, perform, and we're looking for the next game after this and trying to stay in the team and put on the performance again.
Obviously, you know David very well. He gave you the under-23s captaincy. How much of a show of faith was that in your abilities?
Yeah, well, I've worked with Unzi again for about 3 or 4 years, and he's been brilliant for me. He's trusted in me, played me in the last 6 or 7 games, so can't thank him enough for that.
Do you feel as if you're getting used to life at this sort of level of football now?
Yeah, well, I started off against Arsenal. It was a tough game, but then as the game started coming in, I felt better and better, and just felt more like me and being more confident.
And obviously, I suppose for a lot of fans looking at the way things have gone recently, there might be a bit of doom and gloom amongst them. But what's the feeling like being amongst the players recently? Well,
we got a point against Palace and a win against Watford, so we are on the up sort of, and the next game is tomorrow, and we want to get a win again and take that into Sunday. Is there some positivity really starting to breed amongst the players now, do you think? Yeah, I think you can see in our performances. It's high tempo, and I think we are all fighting. You can see the desire there in the players, so yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
David, can you bring us up to speed with the injury situation at the moment, please?
As it was, Yannick trained with us this morning for the first time. He's had a couple of sessions with the under-23s, but we had a light session this morning, as you can imagine, and he trained with us, and it was great to see him out there with the first team this morning.
It's nice to see. I mean, you've got Seamus coming back, you've got Yannick now, you've got a few faces that have been worrying for a while that are starting to come back. It's a bit of light at the end of the tunnel in that respect.
Yeah, I mean, those players that you mentioned, James McCarthy as well, a couple of weeks away. Ross maybe a couple of weeks away as well. So yeah, they're starting to filter back in or in and around the first team training. There's still a bit of conditioning work to be done with all those players, but it's nice to see them back out on the grass or nearly out on the grass. So yeah, we need those players back as quickly as possible because they're top players.
Given the way things are as far as this competition is concerned, then how will you approach this game? What sort of a team, what sort of a squad will you be choosing?
Well, we're going to pick a team to win, and we'll pick a strong team, and we'll pick a team that we feel is the right team. We will be respectful, but we'll be respectful to our fans, because whoever turns up with our fans tomorrow, we put on the Everton shirt, and we're fully respectful of that. So we'll pick a strong team to win.
Is that something that you've been really trying to impress upon some of the players in your squad at the moment? I mean, everybody knows your connection and your passion with the club from years gone by. That pride in the shirt, the badge, is that something that you've really tried to impress on the players to try and pick up that fighting spirit in recent weeks?
I think we've needed a bit of fighting spirit. I think when you're in a position like ourselves, I think that's what gives you wins. I think that's what puts points on the board until the confidence is as high as it should be, or what you want it to be, where then the players can really start expressing themselves as individuals. Now, we can't play as individuals at the moment because we're in a perilous position, and what we want to do is have team performances, and within that a strong unity, a team spirit, and a desire and fight to win every single game. We need to perform and we need to win. I've said that right at the beginning 5 weeks ago, that we need to perform and we need to win, and we need to get ourselves out of a tricky start to the season And I believe, looking at the performances, looking at the points on the board for the last couple of games, looking at performances in spells, not 90-minute spells where we need to be, but you've got to have those foundations and those building blocks, and you need a starting point. And I think we've had that, and I think we've got better each game. And the lads have won a game, drawn a game, and this is another game tomorrow night that we want to win. So we represent Everton, and every time you pull on that famous blue shirt, we have a responsibility to win a game.
Unfortunately, after that draw at the weekend, Oumar Niasse has been charged by the FA with the charge that's come through on alleged simulation. I mean, what are your thoughts? What's your reaction to that?
Disappointed. The referee's right there. I think there's a bit of contact. I think it's slight, but there is contact. And I think anywhere on the football field, that's a foul. So just because it's in the penalty box, it's a foul and it's a penalty. So, the referee quite clearly states, as he's talking to Scott Dan, that he had no intention of playing the ball, and there is a slight bit of contact on Oumar. And that's my view, and that won't change.
Just going back to your selections, do you think there's a chance Davy Klaassen might be involved in this game?
Well, Davy trained today and he's available for the game, yeah.
Why do you think it is? Can you put your finger on why he's not maybe developed as well as you might have expected, given the price tag that he came here with and all the excitement about him when he first signed? Why has he not been able to have more of an impact on this?
Well, forget the price tag. The price tag isn't Davy's responsibility, nor is the price tag the responsibility of any player who comes to the football club. The team has been struggling, throughout the season. And I'm not going to single out anybody. That would be that would be wrong of me to single out any individual. The team has to perform as a team, and it's a team game. So that's the message that I've tried to get across. It doesn't matter what individuals are playing in the 11. We win, lose, and draw as a team, and it wouldn't be right to single anybody out. As a group, we've underperformed and we've not won enough games. But I take that responsibility, and we take the responsibility as a team, not as individuals.
You've been in charge for a month now. Any further updates as far as you're aware on what's going to happen with the management situation?
No change as far as I've been told. We just continue to the next game, and we do that as passionately as we've done from the start. So no change at the moment.
Can you understand why, as the situation drags on, there might be a certain degree of frustration among some Everton fans, perhaps, that the situation hasn't been sorted out yet?
Well, all I can tell all the Everton fans, and all I can say to you, is that the support that I've had from every single Everton fan that I've spoken to, or who's been in contact with me, or has wrote to me, or I've seen at the game, has been nothing but positive for myself. So I've not been told any frustration by any Everton fan, and they're fully backing the team. You can see that in the way that the fans have stuck with the team in difficult periods of games. You've seen that when we beat Watford, when we've gone down to Crystal Palace. The away fans have been amazing. So the support and backing that we've had off our fans have been amazing. Not to me, not just to me, but to the players as well, and I thank them for that.
Just finally, we've had the news through today that Yakubu's officially retired from football. He must have some great memories. I'm sure he's a character that's held in great fond regard by most Everton fans. Yeah,
he did great here, didn't he? Scored a lot of goals, was very popular. I played with him at Portsmouth for a year, and he scored a lot of goals and was very popular in the change rooms. He's a great guy. He's a funny guy off the pitch as well, and I'm sure everybody at Everton wishes him all the best.
Thank you, David.
Hi, David James from Premier League Productions. Just want to go back to Yannick Bolasie. It was great to see him training earlier on. I think the fans were probably starved of seeing him when he first arrived. It was so cruelly injured straight away. What will it mean to get him back playing again for Everton?
Well, he's a top player, and he's a proven Premier League player, and he's got great pace, something that we need. He scores goals, creates goals, and he's a big player for us. So to get him back, hopefully sooner rather than later, and alongside James McCarthy, Seamus Coleman, Ross Barkley, to get those proven Premier League players back into the squad and back into the team will be a big plus for us.
And just on their game tomorrow night, given Everton can no longer qualify, how are you looking at that game? Are you looking at it as a way of keeping that momentum going, I suppose?
Well, absolutely. That's one thing we spoke to the players about this morning. We want to win the game, and we go into the game, we prepare exactly the same. For me, it's not any different to a Premier League game, a cup game. It doesn't matter. It's a game that we represent Everton, and for me that's really important, that we put on a performance and we try and win the game.
You took charge of the squad during a particularly busy period, and as we get further and further towards Christmas, it's going to continue getting more and more busy. How have you found managing the squad with, you know, quite so much going on at the same time?
Managing the squad has been absolutely fine. It's my job. It's what I get paid to do. In an ideal world, I would have loved, and I would love more time on the training ground, because you know it's that time on the training ground where you really get your ideas across. We've tried to do it as quickly as possible in the sessions that we've had, and you know, slowly but surely that's beginning to turn. And you know, I can assure all the Everton fans that these players are working so hard, and probably not worked as hard for a long time. So we're getting to a point where, you know, I'm happy about the training. There's still a long way to go, and I still want to try and get more time on the grass, on the training field with this set of players, because you know they need that help.
What have you learned about yourself, I suppose, over the last 5 weeks of taking the first team?
Well, I probably haven't had time to stop and think about, you know, anything that I'm doing. I believe in the way that I want to play. I believe in the way that I like to train. I believe in the players giving absolutely everything in every training session. Will then carry on and continue into matches. I see that in the stats. I see that in the physical stats that we're producing. You know, that these players are running harder, quicker, faster than they've done all season. So I believe in what I'm doing, and it's my job. I'm paid to do a job, and I'm enjoying it. I have to say, I'm enjoying it, and you know, I will continue to enjoy it for as long as it lasts.
Jonjoe, what does it mean, sat next to David, having a manager like that does focus so much on bringing young players through into the senior ranks?
Yeah, well, for any young lad coming through, you know, they've always got a chance. I think if you are good enough, you will get your chance, and you know, you got to work hard in the training field, and hopefully your time comes.
And personally for you, how have you found this season so far? It must be a bit of a whirlwind for you.
Yeah, well, you know, you learn that you've got to be patient. Things don't happen as quick as you want them to, so you got to keep on working hard, and hopefully your chance comes, and when it does come, you got to take it.
Thank you.
We saw Jagielka and Holgate were missing from the training session this morning. Are they?
Well, Mason is recovering really well from his groin injury, and Phil's had a couple of days off now, so he's not involved in the squad tomorrow. So Phil will probably train on Thursday or Friday.
It's also the case that Morgan Schneiderlin's got an injury as well as being suspended.
Well, yeah, Morgan came off at half-time. He had an injection in his toe before the start of the Crystal Palace game, and he was really uncomfortable in the first half with it, so I had to come off at half-time. So we've taken the precaution. He's suspended anyway, so he's had a couple of down days now, and hopefully we'll get Morgan back into training on Friday and see how he is.
Anything else, lads?
Do you need mic or? David, how did Umar react to the news of the charge? Because on Saturday night he said he would be shocked if any retrospective ban had come his way. Yeah,
I spoke to him and he was shocked, and I was shocked, and he said there was contact. So when you play one thing I know about Umar is he doesn't tell lies. He's not a striker that I've seen that would go down for no reason. I've worked with him for a year now, and he would always take an opportunity if it was presented to him to take a shot on, because he wants to score goals. So I saw there was contact. The referee was there, saw there was contact. Umar said there was contact. Now, contact or slight contact, it doesn't matter. There was contact, and we're all bitterly disappointed with what we've heard.
How would you sort of rate your confidence levels that the ban will be rescinded, if you like, and no further action will be taken?
I'm not sure. Other people will make that decision, and we will have to accept the outcome of that decision.
You spoke about the stats of the players working harder than they had been. I think Sigurdsson had said the other week that the players feel fitter. Were they not fit enough?
Listen, I have a way of playing which demands high tempo in training, maximum effort. And I want to play in a certain way, a certain type of pressing game that certainly Jonjoe will know all about in the under-23s. That's my style, and what has gone before, what will go after, what is up to individuals. That's my style, and I can only comment on that.
David, I know you're quite happy taking temporary charge, and it's been 5 weeks now. But do you yourself need a time frame put on how long this will last? Given that January is going to be such an important month.
January is crucial. But to answer your question, no, I don't. Everything that I do from when I get up in the morning till I go to bed at night is about Everton. So conversations have already taken place regards to areas we need improving, or recruitment in January. They will continue to be had. That'll be led by myself and Steve and by the board. So in all aspects of the job, I'm in communication with every department, so that won't change day to day, week to week, depending on how long I'm in the job. Until somebody else takes this seat.
So the board have asked you specifically who you want in January? Who you think?
No, the board haven't asked me specifically. I've had conversations with Steve and our recruitment department. Those conversations happen anyway with the under-23s. So I've had conversations with our recruitment department, with Steve Walsh, what I think about the team and the squad, and we'll continue to have those conversations every day.
Jonjoe, wouldn't expect you to comment on the managerial situation or vacancy, but as a player, what's it like sort of having this uncertainty, for want of a better word? You don't know who the manager's going to be next week type of situation. Is it at all unsettling, or do you just get on with it in your stride?
No, I think it's got nothing to do with the players. I think the players have one job, and that's to go and perform on every game you play. I think we are playing for Everton, so every game what comes around, we've got to put a good shift in and make sure we try and get a win.
And just to follow up, a lot was made after you guys did so well in the World Cup, and obviously the 17s did so well. A lot was made about the lack of opportunities in the Premier League for sort of these young England players. Obviously, you and Everton here have done a pretty good job of bringing them through. Do you feel sort of fortunate that you're at this club where you're getting this chance to play almost regular first-team football now? Yeah,
well, that's what the club's sort of known for. It does give young lads a chance, I think. But most of all, you've got to be good enough. I think the young lads what have come through, and they have been good enough, and when they have played, they put a good performance in. So, yeah.
Could I just ask you about, just going back to Palace, Roy particularly wasn't overly enthused with the number of fouls that were committed by Everton. Do you think it's a sign of the players that are willing to fight and scrap for the issues at the minute, or were you worried by the number that we totaled up?
I'm not worried by that number at all. What I saw during the game, what I saw when I watched the game back was a wholehearted, committed Everton performance, and I'd rather have that than losing the game. So it shows me that the players are committed. I didn't agree with all the fouls that were given against us. Obviously, any manager will tell you that. But I saw a fully committed performance, and so would all the Everton fans who watched the game.
Just the last one, Yannick, any chance he might play Monday? Is he United for the 23s?
No,
too soon?
No, it's too soon. Yeah, too soon. We're just gradually integrating him back into the first team setup, and that will probably come a little bit too soon. Yeah.
Just a last one, David. Sorry. Given what's happened to Umar and the fact you're obviously a former defender yourself, what's your take on the new rule, the new regulation, the retrospective?
I think it's a great rule, but it doesn't change my stance on if there's contact anywhere on the pitch, slight or not, contact is contact, and like I said, my view won't change on that. If that foul is anywhere on the pitch, it's a free kick, and just because it's in the penalty area doesn't change that. So my stance on that won't change.
Do you think, Unsy, that actually if Umar did get banned, it sets a dangerous precedent, because it could, anything now goes effectively?
Well, I think these people will be very busy if that's going to be the case. Hopefully it won't be, but you're going to have to look into every single foul, every single yellow card, every decision that is made in every single game across the board. What I will say is we don't want contact taken out of the game. Slowly but surely, piece by piece, it has started to come out of the game. Now, I'm all for protecting players, and nobody wants to see bad tackles, including a former defender. But we do have to have experts who know what a foul is, and those who don't know the game. It's a dangerous place and a dangerous precedent that you've just said that could be set if decisions are given against you, which are debatable. And like I said, if there's contact, slight or more, it's still a foul.
Okay, guys.
Okay, thank you.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Well done.